Hello, One Global Movement family. Happy Winning Wellness Wednesday, and welcome again to One Global Movement Speak with Heart, where we have decided to come together and taken a decision to say we will rewrite the history of children, young people, and women. We will rewrite the history of hunger, illiteracy, poverty, injustice, and abuse. We will rewrite the history of success. We will rewrite the history of building generational wealth. And we will rewrite everything that concerns young people, children, and women, and therefore the entire globe. So thank you guys so much for always being here. Your presence means a lot to us here. Without you, we will not be here. And therefore, we take this very seriously, and we are grateful for it. We also want to be grateful to all our volunteers. We all are volunteers. I am a volunteer here. And to our beautiful sister that is always assisting in the best way possible, the managing director, our supporters here, our global supporters, and our children ambassadors. We know that they're in school now, settling down, and we will go back to them to see how well they're doing, settling down, maybe changing classes or just starting or whatever it is. So we want to check back with them. So we thank you guys so much, but we also, of all, to thank God for our CEO, because without him, we will not be here together as a global family. So let us keep putting our hands together for him and for others. And more so, let's put our hands together continuously for our sister who is in recovery, Sister Sharon, that God will continue to touch her with his healing mercies so that she will get well and join us back. So thank you guys so much. And to everyone that is going through any challenge, we are putting our hands together for everyone. So we're having a very amazing topic again today. And we thank God that we are able to talk about this thing, because when there is life, there is hope. And when there is hope, there is light. And when we have that light, we want to be able to shine it on top of the world, particularly our children and young people here. So thank you guys. And so we're going to go faster, a little bit faster today, because we have other things that call for our attention. Sister has one. I also have three. So we're not going to say rush, but we want to make sure that we get out of here in order to respect those other commitments, because it still concerns our population. Because if we are not healthy, sometimes things don't get done. So thank you. And we're going to not bow down, just do whatever you can, and always thank the Creator for giving us life this day. We want to live it to the fullest. So let's do that. So One Global Movement today declares that every child, every young person, and especially every young woman is a fertile field for greatness. We declare this and we pray for it every day. We declare that seeds of knowledge will grow into trees of wisdom. We declare that seeds of faith will grow into generations of prosperity. Poverty shall no longer define our children's future, even our future as parents and caregivers of these children. Abundance shall, and not poverty. Illiteracy shall no longer chain our youth. Education shall set them free. Oppression shall no longer silence women. Their voices shall roar with strength, with love, with determination. We stand as planters, sowers, volunteers, and harvesters in this divine season. From seed to strength, from vision to reality, from struggle to sufficiency. This is the harvest of One Global Movement. We declare it boldly, with humility, with respect and love. We live it courageously, and we manifest it globally. Lord, we dedicate everything into your hands, that you will lead, guide, protect us, and usher us into the greatness that you have already declared and ordained for all of us here. We thank you, Lord, for good health. We thank you that in spite of despite the storms, the challenges that we face, our children face, we are so determined that we will make it better for children, young people, women, and everyone worldwide. This is our prayer. We offer it to you. Amen.
Amen. Thank you,
So,
sister.
sister, I will give the microphone to you.
Thank you, sister. So, as always on Wednesday, we like to remind ourselves and all our One Global Movement family why we're doing what we're doing. So, this is the vision and mission statement of One Global Movement. We shorten that into OGM. One Global Movement will support any organization, any group, or individual that aligns with its own global vision and mission, which is as follows. The mission of One Global Movement is to empower young people, children, and women worldwide with a focus on young women, providing them with tools and sustainable solutions that will help them to eradicate hunger, illiteracy, and poverty, build generational wealth while living a life of leadership and purpose. We believe that every child deserves access to nutritious food, quality education, and opportunities to thrive. Excuse me. Through global collaborative efforts, innovative programs, and community engagement programs, we strive to break the cycle of hunger, illiteracy, poverty, and to build a future where every child can build on their hopes and dreams while reaching their full potential. Together, through divine intervention, love, and clean, safe, and valuable technology, we can create such a world where no child goes to bed hungry, no child is denied an education, and no child is limited to poverty or to any condition that is not of their own making. It is possible. So, our gratitude and tribute always goes to our CEO for bringing this world family together for the purpose of providing solutions to all sectors of the global economy, beginning with our children. We give him thanks and we thank his well chosen building teams. We love you all and we wish you eventual success. And that is the vision and mission of One Global Movement.
Thank you.
So, thank you, sister. Today we have another lovely, lovely, lovely topic. It's the first series in our harvest series, correct? From seed to
Yes.
strength.
Yes.
So I said greetings to Dr. Mundih and to our One Global Movement family. Welcome to part 367 of our Revolution series and to the launch of our Harvest Season series from strength, from seed to strength.
Mhm.
And here's some food for thought. To harvest, you must sow, and you reap what you sow. So sow what you want to reap. That's just
Yes.
a little quip I have there, right? So before
Beautiful.
we dive in, let me ask you, what is the one thing that you hold in your hand today that contains the promise of tomorrow? Sister Joan Chittister, she was a Catholic nun, she once wrote, seeds are the one thing that are the only genuine promise we have of the future. Seeds are the one thing that are the only genuine promise we have of the future. So that's actually the physical seed, and that's the seeds that we sow. It's metaphorical then. Think
Mhm.
about that. A seed doesn't look like much. It's tiny, it looks fragile, it is often overlooked, but hidden inside is a future forest, a harvest that can feed a community, or a shade that can cool generations. And that's our journey today from seed to strength. So I have divided us into 6 little sections. Going to go quickly.
Mhm.
Section one, the seed as metaphor. At its core, a seed is potential, isn't it?
Mhm.
It's the greatness that Sister Mundi is always saying we have inside of us. It's small, it's dormant, and yet unstoppable once it's planted in the right soil.
Mhm.
Physically, it carries the blueprint for growth. It does. Metaphysically, it symbolizes hidden potential waiting to unfold. And spiritually, it's the spark of divine purpose within each of us. Divine purpose within each of us. And just like seeds, we too hold potential within us, potential for resilience, for leadership, innovation, and transformation and greatness. But here's the key: seeds don't grow in isolation, they need soil, water, light, and care. Likewise, our dreams and communities need nurturing, intention, and patience to become strong. And in section 2, I talked about growth and resilience and cultivation. So, from seed to strength means three things: growth and development, starting small, building daily habits, and allowing consistent effort to compound over time. Remember, tiny steps create big changes. Resilience. Even when conditions are tough, seeds, seeds push through the soil and rock. Adversity can be the very thing that strengthens us. Cultivation. Nothing grows by accident. We must water, feed, and protect what we want to see flourish in our lives, families, and communities. This is where I want to introduce a simple framework. It's the acronym SEED, SEED, because it shows us how to move from potential to strength. This is section 3, and it's the SEED framework, SEED. The S is for starting small. Every harvest begins with a single seed. Don't underestimate small beginnings. Whether it's habit, a thought, or an act of kindness, don't underestimate that one act. Embrace, that's the first E. Embrace growth. Growth requires change, doesn't it? Like a seed breaking through soil, we must embrace discomfort, challenges, and learning as part of becoming stronger. And then the second E is engage community. No seed thrives alone. It needs soil, water, and sunlight,
Yes.
just as we need mentors and networks and communities to nourish and support us. And then the D is dedicate consistently. It takes consistent actions. Growth takes time, it takes consistent actions, it takes patience, and faith are what transforms seeds into strength. Dedication is the bridge between planting and harvest. So the seed framework is not just a clever play on word, it's a roadmap for how we grow personally, how we nurture others, and how communities flourish. Section 4, from seed to strength in youth and communities. Nowhere is this metaphor more powerful than in the lives of young people. Nowhere. The seed, these are some initiatives that are going on. The Seed Indigenous Youth Climate Network empowers Indigenous youth to take leadership in climate justice. That's a seed growing into leadership. And high school students, we have some here, running pay what you can markets are sowing seeds of food security and compassion. And then there's the UNICEF initiative, supported hubs, give youth the tools to turn skills into community transformation. Even programs like Plant at Home use gardening and cooking to teach empathy, leadership, and teamwork. And here is the truth: young people are the seeds of our global future.
There you go.
If we water them with mentorship, with guidance, and opportunities, they will grow into change makers who build stronger, more just societies. And communities play their role too. Rwanda's model villages are a perfect example, seeds of collective living and mutual support. I asked this sister Melanie Mukamugema when she was here the other day about this, and she says, yes, that's part of what they do. Seeds of collective living and mutual support blossoming into resilience and shared prosperity. In section 5, the physical, metaphysical, and spiritual journey. The process of a seed mirrors our human journey. Physically, we strengthen through health, skill, and daily action. Metaphysically, we expand our consciousness, wisdom, and awareness. And spiritually, we grow in purpose, guided by faith and inner wisdom. All three dimensions are interconnected. Just as a seed breaks out of its shell to grow, we must break through fear, doubt, or limitations to discover our true strength. It's not just about becoming bigger, it's about becoming deeper, stronger, and more fruitful, fulfilling purpose. Section 6, a practical takeaway: plant your seed. Plant your seed. Every day we plant habits, tiny seeds. Start ridiculously small. Write one encouraging word to somebody. Drink one more glass of water or give a bottle of water, as sister's always saying. Send a message of kindness. Check on somebody next door. Anchor these seeds to routines you already do.
Mhm.
Celebrate the small wins, track your progress. Over time, you'll see how tiny seeds grow into forests of change. And when in doubt, remember seeds. Start small, embrace growth, engage community, dedicate consistently, and that's the formula for strength. So here is the question we must carry into this harvest season. What seeds are you planting today that will become the strength of tomorrow? From seed to strength isn't just a metaphor, it's a movement. It's what we stand for in one global movement,
Mhm.
planting seeds of education, leadership, equality, and hope in the lives of young people, women, and communities worldwide. If we nurture these seeds together, we will reap a harvest of resilience, empowerment, and generational strength. So let's commit to plant intentionally, to water faithfully, and to celebrate the growth we see in each other. From seed to strength, that is our revolution. That is our harvest. Thank you. Please like, follow, and share our One Global Movement Facebook page so our seeds can be planted worldwide. Together we grow stronger. Thank you, sister.
Thank you so much. I so love the way that you presented this. I'm really grateful because you understand how to break this down so that everyone can absorb at least one thing from what we are
Yes.
doing here.
Yeah.
Even with us, it's difficult to absorb all of this.
Everything. Yeah.
Start small, like she
That's small.
says. Start small. You don't have to start too big. If you start too big, it will crumble on you. When you
Yeah.
start small, you're building a solid foundation,
Yes.
and then you take another step. When you're done with that one, an idea will pop up because that is your goal, that is your purpose, that's your gift. Another
Yeah.
idea will come, and then you keep going, you keep going.
Yes.
And this is
Yes.
how like you said, the foundation of one global movement, it started small. It started
Yes.
with difficulties, it started with challenges, it
Yes.
started with sweat and even blood. I'm sorry
Yep.
to say that, but
Yep.
when you have made up your mind, you
Oh, yeah.
decide not to give up, and you question yourself, why am I here? Why
Yes.
was I born?
Mm-hmm.
And when you get to question yourself, not questioning others, you will find a reason for your existence. And before you know, you start looking for one thing to do. Maybe you start by sharing your plate of meal with somebody who doesn't have.
Yeah.
Yes, because you're going to eat and be full. There is somebody that doesn't even know it, particularly women and children that don't know where the next meal is going to come from. We can do that. You can share. Sharing is caring. We hear
It
that
is
all the time.
all the
And
time.
so,
Yeah.
kindness, we don't need a bank account full. We don't need to save. It starts from the heart. It starts from the heart. And so, harvesting season, which we are in a series number one, because this is a harvesting season. You saw me uh, like wrestling with things and running here and there with all the good vegetables and everything. This is what we are talking about, and we have been so blessed to really have that because everything did so well. And thank God for the volunteers that are close to me that are always coming to help me. So from
Mhm.
seed to strength is a one global movement called to prosperity, purpose, and action. This is
Yes.
very, very important. We don't take
Very.
the action, nothing happens. And the
Nothing.
action starts like a small thought, a mustard seed that
Yep.
starts with your brain. And then now you look for ways to take action. It doesn't have to just like the physical seed. We're
Mm.
talking about investing in a child who
Yes.
cannot eat. Maybe you can go and buy something, or maybe a bowl of salad. Because when kids are struggling to eat, therefore means that they're not even eating healthy food. They just want something to eat and be
Yes.
full. And so we who are eating the healthy food, just maybe just plant some spinach or just something, harvest it and take it to the shelter. Let me bring our beautiful sister in here.
Okay.
Welcome. Thank you so
Hello.
much for joining
Yeah.
us today. So
Hi.
every great tree, when I say tree, trees of different kind,
Yes.
vegetables, whatever, a potato plant, a ginger plant, every great seed begins with
The
Every good
seed.
plant begins with
It's the seed.
with a
Yes.
seed, very
Yes.
small seed. All the seeds are small anyway. Because
Yeah,
sometimes
I know.
and I ask myself, wow, this seed is so tiny.
I
So
know.
you put it in the right soil, like you said, and it begins to, and then you nurture it. You don't just put it in the soil and leave it alone,
No, you
because
don't.
it takes that determination, courage, and energy to nurture something. It takes that energy and courage to be able to stay healthy the way you are. If we were not
Yes,
healthy, we would not be here. So you
exactly.
hear they say, some people say, oh, um, she or he is younger than his age, because they take the time to nurture themselves. And it goes with thoughts. The thoughts and emotional nurturing
Yes,
is very important. And so
yes,
when you think about, you have the emotion for a child that needs help, a child that needs a bridge to cross. That is what we are talking about. So every movement begins with a spark. Every movement
yes.
begins with a spark, and every generational change begins with a single step of faith, courage, and action. And so, one global movement stands in this truth. This is the truth that we've been standing on and talking about, that from the
Hmm.
smallest seeds planted in the soil of hope, strength is harvested. Not just for one individual, no, but for entire villages, families, and nations, communities, and everyone. And so this is a harvesting season, we all know. It might not be harvesting season in some parts of the world, but because we are talking about where we are, and this covers up for every harvesting season, because within 1 year, there's always a harvesting
I
season.
see,
It's
see.
bound to come in one period or the other. So the world
Yes.
is in a time of transition,
Hmm.
economically, socially, and spiritually. For too long, many have sown seeds of division.
Yeah.
Many have
Yes.
sown seeds of poverty. Many have
Hmm.
sown seeds of exploitation. But here in One Global Movement, we declare a new season, a season of sowing seeds of education, seeds of
Hmm.
empowerment, and equity for young people, with a focus on young women, children, and everyone. And then across the globe, not just in one place. We want to be able, it does not matter who these children are, it does not matter their background, it does not matter what they've been through, even us, it does not matter. We got to do it globally. We believe that every young woman, every young person, every child, and everyone carries within them the seed of greatness. It is true. We're not just
Yes.
talking. You just need to believe in it, accept it, and then you will see things begin to pop up that you never imagined that they will, and you start working.
Hmm.
This greatness is waiting for every youth.
Yes, it
you know
is.
it is
Yeah.
carried by every youth uh, within them, the seed of that greatness, and it is waiting for you to nurture it with
Yes.
belief, with faith, with resilience, with determination, and you cultivate it until it grows into strength,
Mhm.
prosperity, and generational transformation. And that is where you see the apples, they begin to fall. When you build this kind of foundation, those apples
Yes.
begin to fall from different direction, and sometimes you can't catch all of them. That's where we talk about overflow. Now it flows to other people
Exactly.
with
Hmm.
your love, now flows to other people without you holding everything to yourself. So from
Hmm.
seed to strength, what does it mean to us here in One Global Movement? A seed is potential. Like you said a
Yes.
seed is potential, and that
It
is so,
is.
it is potential, but you have to make the decision, decide, because God has given us choices to choose what we
Hmm.
want, the gift that He has given us with the seeds, with the potential that He has created us with. So it carries within it what is destined to become. You were destined to become something. But you cannot just sit there without working, without planting, looking for the right soil and planting and nurturing that seed, and then harvesting it, and then distributing it, first beginning with yourself and your home. So, but without care, it remains dormant, like you said.
Yeah.
Without care, this seed stays dormant, The obnoxious weed will choke it up. If
Yes.
and if you don't water it, the droughts will dry it out, right? So
Sure.
one
Yes.
global movement's mission is to till the soil of humanity, not
Yes.
just the physical soil, is the soil of humanity, removing the stones of injustice, the weeds of inequality, the hungry stomachs that we see around the world, and the child that cannot even read and write. We want to do that. And the drought of neglect, we
Yeah.
are guilty, all of us, because
That's right.
everything that is happening in the world starts from home. How are you doing with yourself and your family? How are you doing? We cannot blame the government all the time. We cannot blame other people pointing fingers at others. We have to, it starts with us, and it starts with us, the parents, the adults, and the caregivers. And so that every seed planted in the lives of young people, women, children, and everyone can take roots. Remember the roots. If you don't plant those roots so deep where they're supposed to be, when the wind comes, it will blow them off. And therefore, you have planted your seed upon a foundation of the sand instead of a
Mm-hmm.
rock. So we need to do that. So strength is the harvest. Strength is when the girl who once, or the young boy who once was silenced, now leads her community with her or his voice.
Yeah.
Now, strength is when a child who once suffered from hunger grows into an innovator who feeds nations. And strength is when a young man or woman, once bound by despair, rise to build businesses, not just one, creating various families of income. But you have to start with one,
Yes, we
and
do.
you focus on that one until that one now begin to sprout, and now you take it and you plant it in different areas, because you have the knowledge, you have the gift that has been given you. We all have more than one gift. We
Yeah,
do. We
we
have to
do.
start with one, focus on it and nurture it, and then we spread it out into various seeds of prosperity so that they can overflow to others. And so rise to build businesses, create technologies, and
Mm-hmm.
government create integrity. Integrity. This is very important. The world is falling apart, and our children are not building and creating because there is that lack of integrity, that we did not take the time to sow in our young people. So, as the scripture declares, let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time, we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. Weary does not, it means a lot of things: tiredness, complaining, excuses, calling of names. Let us not do that. And when you go to Galatians 6:9, you will see that there. And again, now he who supplies seeds to the sower and bread for food will also supply and increase our harvest, right? It will increase your own store, your barn of seed, and will enlarge the harvest of your righteousness. And this is in Corinthians 9:10. I'm saying this, I'm not a preacher on the pulpit, but this is how I grew up. It's a way of life. This is how I grew up. There's no other way that I can grow, I can do things but this one. So, the vision of the harvest. What is the vision of your harvest? You ask yourself. We live in a world where billions still face hunger. Billions still face illiteracy. Children are not going to school as we speak. And they face displacement, they face discrimination. Even in the home, parents discriminate amongst their children. Let's face the facts. Before you see a global discrimination, it starts from the home. And we want to be able to really learn not to do this, especially us, the mothers. Mothers. So these challenges are the barren fields we cannot confront. Why can't you confront it? Because you don't want to confront that thing that is in you that you fear the most. We need to confront ourselves. Sometimes I speak to myself, I say, no, Mundih, no. That's not the way to do it, Mundih. I do that because I know that I'm human. I'm bound to make mistakes and to falter in a lot of ways, and I have. But so long as I am determined and to make right those wrongs, and to also apologize to those that have wrong, and then to also ask God for forgiveness, then I will continue, because those things are going to come, because we are humans, you know. So in this situation, yet one global movement sees beyond the desert. You know, the desert, right? We see the garden waiting to bloom, to blossom. In education, the seed is literacy. You cannot teach a child to cook, how to cook, without teaching the child how to, where the seed come from, where those vegetables come from. You know, it comes full circle. So the seed is literacy. The seed of education is literacy. The harvest is leaders, ambassadors who can think, dream, act with purpose while spreading the good news, the gospel of one global movement to the rest of the world. And so in economics, the seed is opportunity. Imagine creating an educational environment for your child, or teaching them how to sow a seed, maybe writing a book that's sowing a seed, maybe setting a living room reading program for children in your community. That is sowing an economic seed. It comes in different way. What is your gift? What can you do with that gift is what we are talking about. Those are the economic seeds. So the seeds of opportunity. The harvest is generational wealth and community prosperity. Remember, when you do this to yourself, what are you doing? You live in a community. You don't live in isolation. We are all part of the same island, right? Even though some of us don't believe that, but I know that I can't dwell without Sister Melanie. I can dwell without Sister Yvonne. I can dwell without the managing director. I can dwell without all of our supporters here, our brothers and sisters. That is the fact. Anybody that is thinking otherwise, they are just building empires, fallen empires for themselves before the empires even come. And so this is very, very important. So in ethics, let's talk about ethics and social responsibility. The seed is compassion. The seed is compassion. When you build yourself ethically strong and you have social responsibility, showing compassion and empathy for others, caring for others, instead of loving for others, when they fall, you be the one to give them a lifting hand. Now, you are sowing compassion, and therefore the harvest is a world united by justice, peace, and love. That is what the harvest will be. So, in empowerment, the seed is courage. What we are doing here, sometimes, like I said, I stutter because sometimes I have this fear that grips me, like I'm not doing the right thing, then I stutter and I'll be saying things and I speak so fast because I have that fear within me, right? And so the seed is courage. So the harvest is women, young women in particular, and young people rising to their full God-given potential. That is the harvest. And so One Global Movement's harvest says every seed we plant in the life of a child is a promise to a better future. Every harvest we reap is the fulfillment of that promise. So when we are running around with the volunteers sowing these seeds, because if we understand fully well that if we don't eat, we can't do anything. If we don't feed a child, the child cannot focus on learning what we are trying to teach them. And that is why we are planting different seeds and giving these children and young people the opportunity to do the same. That's why you see my fellow sisters here talking about the various things that they are planting. Like somebody like Sister Yvonne, she plants seeds of professional editing, writing, and research, and doing a lot of things. You will talk about Sister Melanie. She is planting seeds in the insurance company, trying to really educate people how to dwell or to purchase the right insurance without being taken advantage of. She's sowing seeds, really planting physical plants and nurturing them and watering them. These are all things we're talking about, not degrees in classrooms or whatever. I don't believe in that because education is good. Don't get me wrong. Formal education is very good. When you learn how to read and write and you pass those exams, what are you doing? What are you using those certifications for? Is what we talk about here. And therefore, we urge every young person to plant seeds, real seeds of skill education. And you can obtain it anywhere, especially in the world of high technology today. You don't sit and wait. University of YouTube, you can do research. We have the technology. You can do that. And then you add onto what you're doing. Don't just depend on the book. You have to put it in practice. And those are the seeds that you're planting, and then you will harvest. So planting seeds today for generational strength tomorrow is very important. We cannot eat tomorrow's harvest without planting today's seeds. You cannot. You don't expect to get things from your parents, or the parents expecting to get things from the children without us, the parents, planting the seeds of tomorrow's harvest in those children today. Yes, that is true. You cannot be criticizing somebody without looking for ways to help that person. And there are always ways, directly or indirectly, because some people don't, they have this ego that they don't need help. They think that they know it all. No, no one knows it all. I don't. I don't. If somebody tells you, I've always been this, I'm lucky, I know this, I'm too smart, that's baloney. Okay, we all need help. So the seed may look small, like we say, but within it is the strength of a forest. Remember, look at those watermelons. Okay, because that thing shocked me, gave me a shock last year. Okay, because I bought these watermelons and I planted them. I was nurturing. They were looking like they were going to wither. I'm like, oh my God. I keep watering. I keep tending the soil, because you have to sometimes massage the soil around that plant. Okay. Water it. You talk to it. You pray over it. You declare over it that this seed will grow into an abundant harvest. I was doing all those things that my grandmother and my mom taught me, and my community, my village. And you guys saw those watermelons last year, right? Thank God for Ngwe. Ngwe was here in time. I couldn't lift some of them by myself. And this year, it's happening again. Look at the vegetable that we've been distributing to the community, to churches, and people who cannot afford to buy. We give it. That is what we are talking about here. So each act of kindness, each investment in education, in a child's education, each policy that uplifts young women and protect children is a seed. It's a seed, and we all have it. We do. You can decide to give some of your clothing, not the raggedy ones. That's a seed. You have plenty. You're hoarding. I used to hoard, okay? I'm guilty, but not anymore. I have to give it away. One global movement is calling upon governments, churches, businesses, organizations, families, you, individuals, children, to plant boldly, water consistently, and guard fiercely. Don't let those weeds choke your plant. Fiercely, do it with determination. As we plant, we must remember a seed multiplies. One seed does not return one fruit. The apple trees here, I planted one, but the apples are all over, and I'm distributing apples right now. It does not return one fruit. It returns a harvest, a forest of abundance. So too, every young person, every child empowered through one global movement becomes a multiplier of prosperity, justice, and peace in their families and their communities, and of course, on the global stage. So one global movement's harvest says harvest is not the end. No, it's not. It is the beginning of abundance. So what we reap must be shared to heal souls, to empower our young people, starting with us. If I don't empower myself, and if you don't pretend to empower any child or young person. So, and transform the world. You're not greedy when you're empowering yourself, because they make us sometimes to feel greedy. The world says, oh, she's so greedy. Look at how she's doing everything only for herself. Yes. Do not listen to that. When you listen to this, you let it go through the other, because if you do not empower yourself, How are you going to help a child with a meal? How are you going to help educate a child or pay that tuition? How are you going to empower them? So this is very important. Like our CEO used to say, do it for yourself first. Do it for yourself first. He said that. He said that several times. So when you do it for yourself first, now you're empowered. The fact that you're doing it for yourself, you're already elevated. Your spirit is so elevated that you're happy that, oh, if I can do it for myself, therefore I can also do it for another. So a movement, this one global movement is a movement of gardeners. It's a movement of farmers, a movement of planting today so that we can have a forest. So one global movement is more than an organization. We know that it is a field of gardeners and farmers. And you hear us here, me and my sister, we're always talking about gardening. So we are an organization of gardeners. We are cultivating humanity's future with a focus on our children. We are planters of hope and the cultivators of resilience and harvesters of prosperity. Because we are harvesting the prosperity, because we're taking the time to do it, and therefore we have to be the first harvesters. Our mission is global, but our vision is personal, that no child should go to bed hungry. No child should get up and does not know where the next meal is going to come from. No young woman should live in fear. In fear. No young woman should be stopped from education, and no young person should be denied a chance to dream and to execute their dream with the tools that we must provide as parents and caregivers. So harvesting season is not just a time. No, it is a mindset. It is a mindset. It is the belief that the world can shift from scarcity to abundance, from despair to destiny, and from seed to strength. And I can never talk, and me and my sister say, without a call to action. We declare to the world that the harvest is ready. The harvest is ready. And the harvest is not just ready for this moment, it's ready. We're going to make it ready for all moment. Let us rise as one to gather it. Let us water the seeds of knowledge, plant the seeds of justice, love, and cultivate the seeds of peace. For in every child's smile, in every young woman's dream, and in every youth's determination, the strength of tomorrow is being born today, right now, at this moment. Not tomorrow, not the next moment. Birth it right now. And it's left to you and me. It's left to all of us. This is the promise of one global movement. This is the power of sowing and reaping. This is the season of abundance, prosperity, and transformation. And harvest it and plant it again and do it again. So thank you, Sister Melanie. We can't wait to hear what you have for us here.
Thank you, sisters. Yvonne.
Mundih.
Hello,
Mundih.
Yeah,
hello.
Mundih and Finn. I love those names.
Yes.
Thank
Hello,
you.
hello.
I'm always happy to have this opportunity when I'm off to be here. I'm off for a week, so
Wow,
Yeah.
nice.
yeah, my vacation, I always start it late, and I have about 6 weeks of vacation. So there you
Oh
go.
my
My,
God.
my.
Yeah,
Let me see you.
yeah, but they let me take it 2 weeks at a time, not one
Okay.
week. Yeah, so it started, but I'm happy I'll be here.
Oh,
Um,
Yes.
Yeah, I love the seeds story. It's a combination of different things that equal seeds and
Yeah.
seeds in a human life.
Yeah.
The parable of the sower. I know we are not going Bible way, but Sister Yvonne Finn, Monday, I'm contributing to what you said about the Bible. We always have to return to it because it's the book of life. All right.
Mhm.
That sower seeds, it was in Matthew 13. It was always in Mark 10 as well. So that sower, the sowers sow on rocky grounds, as we know, and the rocks were not the best for them. So what happened when the wind come, the wind took it away, dried it out, right?
Mm.
You're walking on there's other ways the sower sowed and it didn't work. But when we sow on the good soil, the good ground, you know
yeah.
what we have, Sister Yvonne Mundih, you said abundance. and we are ready to reap harvest, harvest upon harvest.
Mhm.
It doesn't have to be a garden plant. I have a garden plant beside me. I'm going to show in a while. It keeps growing and growing, and I'm nurturing it. So I'm
Uh-huh.
taking that in as a, how you call it, as a metaphor. I'm taking it
Mhm.
to show how I can help other people, to show how I can nurture other people, even
Sure.
pets. All
Yeah.
Mhm.
right. I'm just giving this example. I'm coming to say the part of the seeds. So
Yes.
my pet Luna, my cat Luna, when she came, the owner who gave her to me just before COVID 2019, she said, "Oh, she's shy." And then Luna took off. When she landed Luna in my hands, Luna
Yeah.
took off. She said it will take a while, couple of days before she gets used to it. Guess what? The same afternoon, the same afternoon, she came waltzing around and she's staring at me. It's like, oh, I see a lady with good spirit. That kind of a thing. And she rubbed her head on my legs. And I'm saying, it
Oh.
didn't take this. The lady said, no, you have a good spirit, because normally she's not like that with people. And
Mm.
even when that same lady who dumped her to me went to church, she took off, you know so
Mhm.
we can fool anyone, we can fool God, we can fool anybody. We just have to do what's in our heart. We are not saying we are perfect human beings, but when it comes to children, honestly, and young ones, mothers, young men as well, we have to plant seeds. Even the older people, Sister Yvonne, I'll combine all of those,
Mhm.
and I'm bringing examples where I work. There's people who, the older people, the seniors, some of them are used to how you enter your payment online, but not all of them, right? With their credit card, there's a way now you let them do it. And some of them, they don't even know to swipe up. They have a phone in their hand. They don't know how to get to the speaker, how to get off speaker. So my duty is to educate them. Oh, I can do it. I can, and you can hear the frustration in their voices, right? I'm not saying all of them, but the few that I come across, you guess what I tell them? No, no, you're gonna do it. We're gonna do it together. So they'll say, how? And I would tell them what to do. And then when they do it, say, oh yeah, they clap. I said, yeah, you see, we can do anything.
Yes.
Anything is possible. So
Yep.
I'm comparing that with children. Children from young, as I said, sometimes, I mean, when they grow, some of them turn their own way, not what you planted in them. They
Mhm.
went with friends, they went, and things happen. But that's life. But when
Mhm.
you start nurturing and putting things in children's mind and hands, like how to invest, I'm not a great investor. I used to, and then I don't know what happened there. But anyhow, I'm learning again. Things
Yeah.
happen. All right.
Yes.
I
Yep.
had a lot invested, not just money wise, but things that I had put aside, for my family. And
Mhm.
it went away, but life is still there and I can do more. So,
Absolutely.
like you, Sister Yvonne, you said you do self talk. You say, Mundih.
Mhm.
I always say, Mel, don't.
Mhm.
And sometimes when I'm doing it, if almost like a little vengeance, I
Mhm.
stop, and maybe the tears will come down and I'll say, that's not what I meant, Lord. That's not what I meant. But He knows us. And then I will try it again. And then lo and behold, I feel so much better.
Yeah.
So when we are planting seeds, we have to remember what's in our hearts equals what we are putting out there. Because
Sure.
if we are doing things as a show, or we are doing things just to get credit, it will just last for a little while. We just
Mhm.
have to remember that seed for our children to come. We have to do it with caution. Like, for example, we go to the waters, we taste the waters to see if it's rough, if it's
Mhm.
warm, or if it's calm. When
Mhm.
it's rough, we won't test it because we can get drunk. When it's warm, we go little by little and we love it because the feel of it is good. That's how we compare with our children wherever they are around the world. We
Yeah.
will educate them in the way we can.
Mhm.
We can send them a note. We can send them a picture of what we are doing, because the world now, we can reach anyone in the forest, even,
Yes.
you
Yes.
know, even in the forest,
Mhm.
even under the water. There are cell phones that take water. So why not spread what we have? You know, spread, give our hearts. And Sister Yvonne, again, you said we can be stupid when we are doing it or foolish. We're not calling ourselves foolish, but we can't just give all away. And that's what I was.
Mm-hmm.
I was just giving and giving, and then my hands were empty. One lady called me one time in front of a group of people and she said, "Turn around, sister." And I'm saying it how she said it. She said, "You look good. Open your hands." And I'm standing there, open my hands in my mind. I'm saying, "For what?" But then she kind of slapped my hand. She said, "You would give anything to anyone, but don't give all away." I'm just saying that because of the seeds we are sowing. We have to be careful how we sow them. So she said, "Sister, keep doing what you're doing, but just keep some for yourself." So Sister Yvonne Mundih, I'm referring to what you're saying and I'm resonating. When we are doing something, we want our children to prosper, but we cannot spoil them.
Damn, there you go.
We cannot spoil them because they go down to the arm's way. I am giving example, and I don't want to cry, but something happened 2 days ago. I was about to go to bed, okay? And I usually go to my Facebook page to see family, friends, or whoever leave a note or birthday so I can send a little birthday before I go to bed. What I came across is a young man that I know very well, related to him by marriage, right? And called me auntie from afar. He had a big smile. "Auntie, you're still part of our family. We want to see you come around. Don't close the doors. Come and say hi." Guess what? I don't know what happened to him. 5 hours before I went to bed, they put in his young face on there, 39 years old, dead, dead,
Ah.
just like that. They still are running autopsy, right? So I don't know what happened, but then there was a message before that where he went with a little video. Yes, don't worry, right? Be happy, right? Don't worry, right? I want all of you to be happy. That's exactly what the video said. And then he swear that was it. So I don't know. I'm like Matlock now, but I don't want to judge. You know what I mean? You guys can probably think what I'm thinking.
Yes.
I'm being like Matlock, solving the mystery, but maybe that's not the mystery. But it's sad. Like when we cannot reach our young ones, it is sad. And it is something we need to do before we have to say, had I knew, if I knew. We have to help one another. We have to help our young ones.
Yes.
We don't let them sit there and rolling their eyes like, "I need help. What are you doing to help me?" We have to do something. And we are already doing something in One Global Movement, but enough of people are not coming together to do what it takes for us to eliminate what's going on. We can't wipe out everything in the world, but at least when we multiply in a group of people, maybe 10, 15 or whatever, come together and we multiply to share what we have, our resources. These are seeds. Like you said, Sister Yvonne, clothes that are not torn, food that are not expired, okay? Pens, pencil, like those things. All right, send it to the parents, the young person, the young mother who needs it. Everywhere around the world have those kind of people where we need to help.
Yep.
Do it. We have to do it before it's too late. We keep saying, "Oh, I'm looking around. I don't see anything." There is something in your home you can share. There is a dollar store. It's called a dollar store. You can go and grab a few things and then do it. Come with people, put it together, and we send it. Why not?
Yep. Why not?
Why not?
Thank you so much.
Mike, I don't know why I'm shedding tears, but it's the truth, though. It is truth. It's painful with what's going on. And I look at the news and I'm seeing young people are wasted, and I'm saying, Lord, why? It's not you, but why? Societal beliefs, societal values, and they feel that they are not valid. Nobody's taking them on. As in that young man, he has a big family and they're well together, but I'm not sure what happened. And that's the end of the story.
It's
But
okay.
yes, we can do stuff. Look at my plant. I put that there on
I
purpose.
like that. I like that. That
Pot.
yeah.
That's
Yeah. I love earthen stuff, earthen
Yeah,
jar
I
kind
love
thing.
wood, everything that is natural
Yeah.
wood. I don't
Yeah.
yeah.
have chairs in my home because I'm looking to buy either cane or
Yeah.
bamboo chairs or wood, but I haven't seen them yet.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's
Okay,
the results of the seeds that I'd shown you all earlier on
okay.
around May.
Thank you
So
so
look, that's the seed of the what you call it, the lychee. Look at it. And there's another taller
Okay.
one in the other pot. So I just
Yes.
wanted to show you all what's happening. I'm nurturing coffee grinds, water, coffee grinds, water. And I'm looking at it and I'm saying, yes, you're doing well. Like, so why not? If we can do it to the plants, why not a child with a
yes.
tear up dress, a tear up pants, no
Okay.
shoes?
Yes,
Why?
thank you so much. Thank you.
Mhm.
We're going to be running out of here. I have two appointments for One Global Movement, and
Mhm.
I'm just going to ask our sister here. Thanks to everyone in the chat. The managing director is here. We appreciate everyone. We have an appointment and we need to rush out, and so I'm just going to have Sister Yvonne, please, if you can give us a conclusion and
Mhm.
let us go. Thank you so much, Sister Melanie.
You're
Yes.
welcome.
It's it's very appropriate addition to what we're saying, because as you keep saying, Sister Mundih, the potential that's being wasted is, we're going to be answering for that, right? But
Mhm.
I know what I'm doing, and I'm sure everybody here knows what they're doing as well. So I don't want to get drowned and overwhelmed, because you can only do so much. As we just said, you can't give everything, because even in the Bible it says some for eating, some for sowing, right? And some for sharing. This makes sense, because if you're not here, if you don't look after yourself, then you can't do anything either, right? So you have to
There
do
you
that.
go.
But
Yes.
the potential that's in a seed has no value if it's not activated. And we are the activators, whether you're talking about the physical seed or the metaphysical seed, like you're talking about looking after those young people who are not being heard. I was coming home a while ago, and I don't know what to do when I see that somebody is asleep on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Mhm.
This is a first world country. This is a developed country. And they're asleep in the middle broad morning. I don't care if somebody's going to say they're drugs, alcohol. That is not supposed to matter. It's a human being, just
Mhm.
like whatever. And so if you allow that, you can come home and pull the covers over your head and don't know what to do,
Mhm.
right? Because it's not just one, it's many people. And it doesn't have to be literally young people. It's just another human being. And when you
Mhm.
see that, it makes you it makes you wonder what is going on in the world and why, when there is so much. Because a seed is also a promise of abundance. As you just said, no seed grows just one thing. If you plant one seed, mango seed, whatever, apple seed, it's going to drop many, many, many fruits. So why this lack, right? When there's the potential and the future, and all it needs is activation. Whether we're activating these young people with our attitude, our mentorship, our pouring into them, or whether we're literally doing that as Sister Melanie is doing with her plant there. We are supposed to be here for one another. I don't know what the solution is, sister. I can only do what I can do.
Yeah.
I can only
Thank you.
do what I can do. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Can you turn that your plant, Sister
Yeah,
Melanie? Turn it around. Yes, I want
it's
to see the whole
beautiful.
thing. Yeah,
It's
turn it
beautiful.
up a little bit. Let me see the whole jar.
Oh, okay. Let
Take
me
it up.
see.
Raise it up.
Raise it up. Yeah, it
Up,
has a
up,
kind of
up, up,
stand.
up. Yeah, the stand. I
Yeah,
want to see the
yeah,
stand. Go,
yeah,
go, go, go.
yeah, yeah.
There
There
we
you
go.
go.
Yes, I
Yeah.
love that.
There
I'm
you
going
go.
to look out for it, okay?
Yeah.
It, it's
Thank you very
beautiful.
much.
It's
Thank you, thank you, thank you,
thank you,
beautiful.
everybody. Thank you.
Welcome.
Love you guys,
Welcome.
and we'll see you again on Friday.
Yeah.
Bring one, bring two. That is sowing a seed. You're sowing a seed in somebody. Talk
Yeah.
about the gospel, what we're doing here to people, following our mission statement here. Please, We need to spread this to the world so they know that these children have lost trust in a lot of people. They've lost trust in some of us parents, but this is a time to bring somebody here so they come little by little and do it softly, nicely, with concern, love, and care. Let's not force it because they've already lost trust a lot in the world. Thank you guys
Yes.
so much. I love you, beautiful sisters.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Sister
Thank
Melanie.
you. Thank you,
Thank you.
sisters.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.